Good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome, or it might be a bit cold of a welcome. But this is the 8 a.m. This is where we will get a bit warmer, though, when we get started. Just a small amount of sitting around whilst I wait to welcome some live takers on board. If you are here for a catch-up, scroll on. Fast forward this little bit so that you can get moving perhaps that little bit quicker. Hope you're feeling good and well. It is the season to catch a cold as well. So we know that being fit, healthy, getting the right vitamins, getting the right amount of activity, getting the right kinds of foods and nutrients are all good for staving off sorry, just had a bit of a wobble there. Staving off the nasties that might be circulating around at the minute. Morning, Kate. Morning, Chris. Morning, other Chris. So we've got a Perry and a Roland, and we've got a Kate Kissane Rogers, aka my dad's other half. Good morning to you. Hope you're all right. Just mid coffee at this moment in time as well. I like to try and get as far down the coffee cup as I possibly can, because I know once I get started with the Cirque boosts, etc. See you later, baby. Have a good day. Your sister's not made it, I see. Then it'll end up being cold. Morning, Dawn, as well. Yeah, it's very, very, very wet and rainy here as well, Chris. The snow has gone, long gone, and we're back with the wet old weather, which I'm hoping will just have a little clearing in the sky from around 5 till 7 p.m. tonight, because we've got our football train with the professionals treat going on. So fingers crossed, else we're going to have some soggy kids, some soggy trainers, and it might not be quite as enjoyable as it should be. Anyway, good morning, Margaret Wood. Good morning, Sue Tilley as well. 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go. And then Neve wanted to go to the gym today, but it doesn't look like she's making it to school. She is a bit under the weather. That's why I talk about colds and sore throats and all that. Mum's got another chest infection as well. So she's on the health kick up the bum from me as well. So, and I'm going to the gym. After we've finished here together, I'm going to the gym. Then I'm going to go to my grandma's house. And we're having one final tidy out before grandma's house perhaps goes on the market. Morning, Margaret Hamilton. Morning, Dawn. Oh, I said hi to you, Dawn. It's soggy in Dartmoor. Yeah, raining in York by the looks of things. Okay, right. Oh, I think Sheila Day, good morning to you as well. I think I've got everybody. I'm just swapping hands so that I can do the 3, 2, 1 with me right. 3, 2, 1. Good morning and welcome. Today it's Monday again, isn't it? It's Monday the 4th of December 2023. You're with me, Kelsey Leverton from Later Live Training. Yes, George, you just did make it. I managed the 3, 2 on without a nudge in the ribs from yourself this morning. Here comes Maddie, Gillian with a G, Vivian, Paul, Helen as well. Good morning to you. Right, last couple of swigs. Maybe just one more. And we'll get going. Right. Socks, shoes, bare feet, if you're brave enough to brave the coldness that is December. Have a look around you. What have you got? I've got a decently solid armchair here, a bit of wall and a bookshelf as an external support. Stand tall or sit tall and start pedaling the legs when you're ready. And if you just hold it, keep going. I'm just going to tweak this around slightly so that you can see me a bit better with the external support. There we go. That's a bit better. So one hand, both hands, have it in front of you or to the side of you with external support, using it as much or as little as you need. Progressing this into a leg march, keep going. If you are starting from seated, lift tall, hip walk. You may stay seated throughout the duration of this movement snack, or you might move between seated and standing positions. That's entirely your call on whatever we're doing at the time. Tuck in your elbows. You might want to bring one arm in at a time, or you might just go whole hog and throw all 4 limbs into this mix at the same time. Importantly, this is a swing at the shoulder, navigating your elbows around any obstacles, any arms on the chair, and it's a steady pace. Swap sides if you are feeling better just to use one arm in the arm swing at any one time. Drive the elbows back to encourage a bit more movement from the shoulders. And with the feet, point the toes a little bit as they pick up, and then you encourage just a little bit of extra movement through ankles, feet and toes. Treading lightly, marching steadily. Warming up steadily as well. So lift, lengthen through the trunk, last flurry of circ boost. And then we're going to take a pause with the legs, maybe just carry on a moment longer with the arms and bring that down to an easy stop. Once you're there, for standing still movements for the lower body, feet perhaps a bit wider, get into your knees a bit more there so they're not locked and rigid, and then draw the shoulders up and control the pressing downwards phase. Now if you are holding on to external support throughout your shoulder lifts and shoulder rolls, try and make sure that your external support doesn't hinder or restrict your movement. The movement needs to be as big as it possibly can with all of your mobility moves. So 4 or 5 of each, just a easy, steady pace. Forwards, up, round, back and down for the shoulder roll. Maybe there's a few clicks, clunks, crunks, whatever a crunk is, crinkles. Maybe the first one feels a bit stiff and tight, but as we get through to that 5th one, should feel a bit improved. Take a pause there. Let's have a look at our head turns then. So you might want to take up some external support here. Move slowly, have a pause in the middle. Just 3 easy things that you can do to prevent dizziness, loss of balance, challenge of balance, or any kind of foggy headedness that you might experience when moving your head around. Just the neck. Just the neck. Leave the rest of your body behind. Just a steady track of your eyes across the room. Feel that opening out of the neck, and you may well start to feel that that's loosening up now. If it's not loosening up, it might mean that you just need to do a little bit extra throughout the day of the whole trop trio sequence. And these will help de-stiffen, uncrumple your body. Chin tuck in now. Chin up and away from the chest, but level, guiding the chin in towards the throat. Increase the creases, restack the spine. It increases the creases in my forehead as well, this does, because tucking the chin in makes me go a bit wide-eyed, look. it's not the greatest of looks really, is it? But the way it places the head back on the neck and shoulders is better for weight distribution, potentially balance as well. It keeps your eyes lifted so your eyes aren't straining at all if your head's down and chin's down. And it can be done really quite nicely against a seat in your car. Oh, nearly knocked the dregs of me coffee over. Bit wider for trunk movements. Hold the hands together if you're using both arms at a time. Reach, straighten out those elbows and row it back. If you're coming from external support, you'll leave one hand there and just draw one arm back. Oh, now I can feel that this is doing some good already. Hopefully you can as well. I don't realise how stiffened the trunk and the spine and all of the muscles around can feel after a good amount of hours not doing very much, lying, sleeping in your bed. There we go. I think I've done perhaps a few more than usual here today. Take a pause. Now, if you're standing, we need to be mindful of the hips to keep the hips still as the trunk moves around a solid, stable setup here. So take your arms down by your side, take a tilt to the side. One hand could be on your external support, of course, and recover, swapping sides as you go. Now that one feels mightily tight. If you're coming in from a seated position, just keeping the hips stable, press down into your seat, and your balance in the seated position should be secure there. Come back to a really tall posture in the middle. So we let the rib cage come down to the hip, crinkles and crumples there, but then up, straight, strong. Just maybe one or two more on each side. And these last two, again, should feel quite a bit different from the first attempt. Right, into our trunk twist now. You might want to get your arms out the way, just keep them tight into your side. You might, with external support, want to track your hands around that external support, but there's the twist. Back to the middle, up tall, and then you've got your other side to do as well. This is really comfortable range of movement, so don't feel like you're pulling, twisting, wrenching yourself round. Just go to as far as you can, and then maybe as the movement progresses, you can go as far as you can and a little tiny bit more. Leaving the hips behind. You might want to nudge up to something. Having your hips nudged up to something is easier. I've got my bum's too high for the thing that I'm leaning against here, but you could nudge up to something with your bum, and that will keep your hips in another point of checking for yourself. So think twisting, turning, reaching, drawing down a seatbelt, reversing the car, crossing roads, looking around you as you're walking around requires trunk turns. Even walking requires a bit of trunk action as well. Finally, for trunk, we'll do the back extenders. So here we are in a set-up position, feet flat, maybe a bit wider, knees easily soft in standing. You might want your hands on your external support or your thighs in seated. Lift up tall. Put the chin tuck in place. Eyes look forwards, nod at the ceiling. And just take the shoulders back. Bend the back, arch the back, and then recover. It's an extension of your best posture. The chin tuck serves its purpose to keep us more steady and balanced. The head weighs a lot. If we're taking it over, then potentially you'll challenge your balance there in the backwards direction. And also it can keep our neck just in a more comfortable alignment as well. There we go. I think I'm just going to do one for good luck. I have lost count as well though. Up, 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 shoulders down, chin tuck in place. And a bit of a back bending arch there. Finally, we meet our feet. So start to pedal the feet. Let's fidget the feet around, get the toes moving, and then we'll do our ankle mobility move. So you might want to do some toe tucks, some toe crunches, lifting the arch away from the ground. You can do all of these fidgety feet moves in seated with your shoes on, and you can in seated, but you'll feel a bit more restriction with shoes on. Some lifts and some splays of your toes. See if you can get them aerated between each toes. There we go. And maybe some toe taps. Okay, here are your options. From a forward seated position, you've got the heel dig followed up with the toe pointing down. Dig and point. It's the same action, but if you are in the back of your chair being a bit more supported, you've just got a low level leg lift and a point and a pull back. So that would be the point to the ground, that would be the dig to the ground. And taking this into a standing position, have some external support so that you're not wobbly whilst you're doing this movement. Standing knee, soft but strong. Toes, heel, or heel toe, whichever way round. Aiming for the same spot, just about level with your other foot. And then about 4 or 5 of those. Preps the ankles up for our heel toe walking actions, for our toe heel stepping actions as well, for ankle adjustments as you walk and travel and gauge uneven surfaces as well. And there we go, there's your full round. Bridget's come in, I can see. Red Rita's in and Pat Coville joined as well. Lovely, thank you for coming in. Right, everyone, it's time to get on with the day. Bex will be with you here at 12 noon. I will be back with you for the 4 p.m. new sway and stretch for this week. So if you can, we'll see you on the lives. But if not, there's always a bit of crowbarring in, or there's always something that you might be off doing, like a walk, or a visit to the pool or something like that, if you're feeling brave to head out and get wet in this weather. Right, everyone, have a great day. Catch you later, 8 hours time.